Hello friends, Fairy Dazzle here, and I'm going to read you some stories. Let's see what I have in my library bag. This stack of 9 books I picked up at the Comox library, and I've gotten to keep them for a couple weeks. So let's read this story. Good Rosie was written by Kate DiCamillo and illustrated by Harry Bliss. A good dog needs good friends. This story reminded me of Torsha, our little dog, our Boston Terrier. It reminds me when I take Torsha for walks. She gets so nervous. Sometimes she shakes when she sees other dogs. Does your dog do that? Or have you seen dogs do that? Rosie lives with George. Oh, that's exactly what Torsha does with us. She stays in bed with us. Every morning, Rosie and George eat breakfast together. George has 2 poached eggs. Rosie eats kibble from a big silver bowl, just like Torsha. When the bowl is empty, Rosie can see another dog staring back at her. "Hello," says Rosie. "Ruff." "Hello," says Rosie. "Ruff." The other dog never answers. That makes Rosie feel lonely. But after breakfast, George says, "Rosie, let's go for a walk." A walk is a good thing. A walk is not lonely at all. Rosie and George walk together. Sometimes Rosie chases squirrels. She runs very fast as she can, but she never catches anything. "Rosie, get back here." Rosie always returns to George. "Good Rosie, good dog." "Look at the clouds, Rosie. Aren't they magnificent? That one looks like Abraham Lincoln." George thinks that most clouds look like presidents. Rosie thinks that most clouds look like squirrels. One day, George sees something different in the clouds. "Look, Rosie, that one looks like a dog." The cloud does look like a dog. Rosie wags her tail. "Hello," she shouts. The dog cloud does not answer her. Rosie feels lonely in an empty silver bowl sort of way. George looks down at Rosie. He looks back at the cloud. I've got an idea, Rosie. Let's try something new." I wonder what that new thing is. Is George thinking she needs to meet some new dogs? Something new is the dog park. Ooh, isn't this great? Look at these dogs. Uh-oh, look at Rosie's reaction. Rosie does not like the dog park. There are too many dogs. She doesn't know any of them. It makes Rosie feel lonely to look at so many strange dogs. Do you sometimes feel like that too when you go into a crowd of a lot of people, a lot of new children, or children and adults? And a little bit afraid. Look at her, looking up. "My name is, Maurice," says a very big dog, "and I have a bunny." Rosie growls. That's like Torsha. When she sees other dogs, she shakes and sometimes she growls. And then sometimes she goes kooklamunga. "Rosie, no, bad dog, be polite." Rosie's not a bad dog. She's a good dog, but she can't help it. She doesn't like Maurice or his bunny. Maurice shakes his stuffed bunny. He shakes it very hard. He drops the bunny on the ground. Maurice says, "Want to play bunny?" "I want to go home," Rosie says to George. "Ruff." but something is bouncing towards Rosie. Oh my goodness. The something is a very small dog with a very sparkly collar. Oh, look at this dog. Look at this. I'm Fifi. I'm Fifi, said the small dog. It says Fifi right on my collar. See? My name is spelled out in shiny stones. What's your name? Rosie doesn't like the big, loud Maurice. She doesn't like the small, yippy Fifi. Rosie wants to go home. Oh, Maurice says to Fifi, do you want to play? Me, says Fifi. Oh, Maurice wags his tail. Maurice crouches. Maurice pounces. Maurice picks up Fifi and shakes her like a stuffed bunny. Oh no! Fifi's in trouble. Somebody has to do something. Drop it! Drop it! Rosie. Somebody is Rosie. Ouch, says Maurice. He opens his mouth. Fifi falls to the ground with a small thud. Fifi says, am I alive? Rosie says yes. She stands up, she wags her tail. Her collar sparkles, her legs tremble. She holds her tiny head up high and says, I'm Fifi, and I'm alive. For the first time, Rosie likes Fifi. Just a little bit. Maurice coughs. He says, oh, geez. He spits 3 tiny stones onto the ground. Hey, those are my shiny stones, said Fifi. You're not Fifi anymore. You're Fifth. I'm Fifth, says Fifth. Sorry, says Maurice. Fifth says you tried to eat me and now my name is Fifth. Oh, just wanted to be friends, says Maurice. Yip. Rosie says, that's not how you make friends. Oh, says Maurice, how do you then? Rosie closes her eyes. She thinks about her empty bowl. She opens her eyes and looks up at the clouds in the sky. I don't know, says Rosie. I'm not sure how you do it. Do you want to be friends with the dog named Fifth? Says to Rosie. I do, says Rosie. She is surprised to hear herself say it. I do want to be friends with the dog named Fifth. That's how you make friends, says Fifth to Maurice. Maurice says, oh, okay, would you be friends with the dog named Maurice if he, if he promised not to swallow any more of your shiny things? Fifth looks at Rosie. Rosie looks at Maurice. Had enough, Rosie? Want to go home? Rosie looks at George. She wags her tail and then sits down. Oh, looks like Rosie wants to play. Rosie wants to stay. Oh, my goodness. In the morning, George eats 2 poached eggs. Rosie eats kibble in her silver bowl. When breakfast is over, George says, dog park, Rosie? And Rosie walks away from her bowl without looking back. Oh, it looks like she wants to go to the dog park. At the dog park, Fifth is waiting. Maurice is waiting too. Woof! Come on, Fifth. Come on, Maurice. Let's play, says Rosie. Ah, she's learning. Rosie chases Fifth. Maurice chases Rosie. They run very fast. Sometimes they catch each other. And look at the dog park. What do all the owners do? They sit and chat as they watch their little doggies have fun. Maybe one day Torsha's going to be able to learn how to play at a dog park.